So right now, employees are using AI tools in your company and using company's data, and security has no clue. That's the shadow AI. It's no different than shadow IT, and many of the organizations really have no clue what's going on. If you're into this situation, this is the video for you. So let me explain why does it happen and what security teams are not ready for it. So take an example for shadow IT. Back in days of shadow cloud IT, if you go back not that far, 8-10 years ago, and we have all seen people in the organization spinning up multiple cloud environment. There was no governance. IT has their own corporate managed cloud environment, but within your company, people used to go and set up their own Azure or AWS or M365, and all your corporate data was residing into their personal tenant. All companies' data into the personal tenant, because there were no governance, there were no control. So that was one of the biggest challenge. But we have seen things have developed, technology got improved. Now you cannot just go and, for example, register a tenant or subscription based on a company name, for example, XYZ, or you whatever name it, on that name. So that does not happen today. But still, there are ways where you can just copy and dump all the data, all the file storage in the cloud. So that's basically a shadow ID. But today, fixes are available. You can have cloud-based CASB and a DLP, where when you go and drag and drop, and the document has some information related to the company, it will be blocked. And there are many ways of doing it with compliant devices and everything. So it depends on the organization and type of the data, how critical that data is for your organization. However, this does not really happen in mid-sized, smaller companies. They don't really care. But there are companies, even the same size, a law firm, for example, a small banking or something along those lines, they are very concerned about it. And this is where shadow IT is avoided. But when it comes to shadow AI or AI, is bring the same challenge. So today, if I have to give an example, if an organization has allowed ChatGPT, Gemini in their organization, people have that particular company's corporate information in their brain. They are typing all that. If there's a law firm, they are typing maybe some of the cases into the GPT and asking them some help. Maybe in school and colleges, maybe in a financial industry, maybe some people asking about stocks, you name it, right? So that's information what you have, the proprietary information in your brain. People are just typing and asking the guidance from these GPT models, and there is no way you can block it. So that's the shadow AI. So there's no monitoring in place. There's no such thing, and people are given access to multiple GPT environments, GPT, Gemini, Claude, Perplexity, so many other SaaS models available. People just go and utilize it. So that's the issue, and that's the shadow AI. So, for example, finance use those to generate some report. They might end up putting some of the proprietary and confidential data into those. Same buddy from HR department can put some of the employees' data, right? Performance reviews, and you name it, anything. So that's the biggest challenge and the problem with the AI, and organizations are challenged with that. So in those scenarios, security has no visibility, because as long as they have internet access, shadow AI is happening. And this is where most of the controls like firewall are going to fail, because firewall cannot look into those application layer. So firewall is completely going to be failed. If you have a SIEM is not going to help you at all. When it comes to DLP, because DLP works in different ways, because you have GPT and you're typing in the box in the GPT, the prompt box. So how the DLP is going to work. And then there are maybe some traditional other controls you may think of, like IAM, logging. So all the traditional security policy, procedure, security controls are not going to work. They're all going to fail, because this is how you cannot monitor these LLM models and protect your organization from your shadow AI. So that's a big, huge risk. And that's why it is very, very dangerous. So you cannot, and also when you type in these prompts, you cannot recall those prompts, right? You cannot just say, You copy a file in a cloud storage, you go and delete it, right? But in cloud environment, these GPTs are running right in the cloud environment. And when you write any prompt, is there a way, have you tried to reverse that prompt? Hey, delete my last prompt. It doesn't happen. Once the data is there, you typed it, it's gone. Unlike you upload a file and you figure out some of the people in organization put some data, you literally just go and delete the data from the file storage or Dropbox or something like that. But when it comes to prompt has typed and you cannot roll back. So that's why even it's more and more dangerous than any of the traditional shadow IT, and that's why shadow AI is even more dangerous. So those are the things you need to think about it when you are giving access to your people in your corporate environment for those AI related tools. So you make sure you have tight governance around that, tight controls around that, and depending what situation you may have, but when it comes to audit, that can also be a big issue. So do your research. There are some tools and capabilities available. You can be creative to protect your organization, and we have some policies and procedure how you're going to fight against shadow AI. So shadow AI already happening because people can still use this mobile devices and type some information, even it's not allowed from your computer, but they can take a picture and do that, right? So there are tons of scenario. So basically it's already exists in your environment, so there is very difficult to avoid it. So those are the things which are evolving. Those are the things where a lot of companies are challenged with. We will require more creative solutions going forward, skills, jobs, you name it. So that was the topic. Let me know in the comment if you have come across and facing the same challenge and how you're dealing with that. I'd be more interested in knowing that. And that being said, I'll see you in my next video. Let me know in the comments, and thank you and bye.